Hi everyone, welcome back to the sports breakdown. We are going to do the post-match analysis of Australia versus Sri Lanka, match 22 of the ICC T20 World Cup 2021. So first of all, before we start doing the post-match analysis, we have as the sports breakdown, we want to have a special mention. Happy birthday to Matthew Hayden, who's a former Australian opener, Test opener, one of the best openers, a 380 knock against. He played at 380 not out knock, which was the highest at that time, the highest individual test score. 29th October 1971. He turns 50 today. He's currently the Pakistan batting consultant coach right now for Pakistan. So happy birthday to Matthew Hayden. He turns 50 today. And also, if we go through his stats as well, Matthew Hayden has been inspiring for all Australians and especially to Jack, who I spoke yesterday about Matthew Hayden as well. Talking about his test stats, 103 matches, 50 average in tests, Matthew Hayden, and he turns 50 today. So golden age for him, 161 ODIs. He has average of 43.80, and 2020s he's played 9 and a 51.33. So happy 50th birthday to Matthew Hayden. So without further ado, let's go ahead for the preview of post-match analysis of Australia versus Sri Lanka. Australia beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. Adam Zampa was adjusted the man of the match. So let's go through the post-match analysis of that match. So yes. Sri Lanka, brilliance. Bad start from Pathum Nissanka. They were in a bit of a trouble. I think they were 15 for 1, if I'm not mistaken. But Kusal Pereira and Charit Tasalanka, brilliant. I think they had a 60 plus run partnership, 50 run plus partnership. Kusal Pereira, Charit Tasalanka playing those sixers, brilliant. Especially that six of Mitchell Starc from KJP was outstanding. That shot reminded me of Sanath Jayasuriya and especially Asalanka. First of all, his intent was the key for KJP also to step up. In crucial from Zampa. He was playing good spirit freedom through the statistics as well. I hope they show Charit Tasalanka's. No, they are not showing Charit Tasalanka's stats. But yeah, going through, he had leg side shots, and it was brilliant from Charit Tasalanka. They are not showing the batsman from the Sri Lankan batting statistics, but brilliant intent from Charit Tasalanka, and he scored 35 if I'm not mistaken. But I want to show this from the sports breakdown. I want to show this video of Mitchell Starc getting KJP out, because let's see if I have that. No, not this. I hope please don't give me a right strike. I don't care, because I want to show this fabulous delivery from Mitchell Starc, by the way. Stark's excellent Yorker of cross seam delivery to get KJP out. That was in fact brilliant. From we have this here. So I really don't care if they see this delivery from Mitchell Starc out. Yeah, way he got that cross seam. Yeah, I want to show it once again. Delivery. Wait, give me a second. See how we bowl. Oh my god. Accurate delivery, cross seam delivery, getting off stump. KJP was bamboozled by that delivery. He just played a 6 before that delivery. See closely. See the how the ball is cross seamed over here, and KJP finding it difficult here. And how he pitched it. Exactly. See how he pitched it. My KJP really struggled, and he did this against South Africa against to I think to Rassie van der Dusen, if I'm not mistaken. Perfect adjusted Yorker from Mitchell Starc, one of the best right now in the world. For me, I think he's the best when it comes to accurate Yorkers. Perfect accurate Yorker over there. KJP didn't have a reply over there. Just outstanding, perfect delivery from Mitchell Starc over there to get KJP out. Yes. So moving back to the match, yeah. Also, we want to talk about Zampa. Zampa's control in the middle overs and his brilliance. Yes. So let's go through that as well. So Adam Zampa, 2 for 12 if you go through. 2 for 12 in his 4 overs, getting Asalanka out. That was a crucial wicket, getting a flat sweep from Asalanka, bowling it, that the variations, the loop. Adam Zampa was the best spinner in that pitch, especially in Dubai when it was doing wonders for sorry, the pitch which was not favoring bowlers at all. It was a batting pitch. Adam Zampa, economic, only 3.0, 2 for 12 or 4 overs and 12 dots meanwhile. And that shows Adam Zampa, he was not impressive in the IPL, and he was dropped for Wanidu Hasananga meanwhile, and he's making the comeback against Sri Lanka. Brilliant from Adam Zampa, 2 for 12. And Mitchell Starc, as I showed that delivery, how he controlled the middle overs was absolutely brilliant and world class from Adam Zampa, in my opinion. Just simply brilliant from Adam Zampa yesterday, and really good intent. And also we can talking about the obviously Asalanka, good partnership with KJP. I think it was a 60-run partnership, unfortunate and suddenly collapsed. But Bhanuka Rajapaksa, he brought Sri Lanka to 150. Good over from Stoinis, who was the sixth bowler, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a part-time, not a part-time bowler. He actually bowls. Bhanuka Rajapaksa targeted the weakest bowler of Australia, Marcus Stoinis, and that 20-run run over, in fact, brought Sri Lanka to 150. My only Sri Lanka right now is Dasun Shanaka's place in this playing 11. The biggest issue for me is that Shanaka is not performing. I mean, for me, I want Chamika Karunaratne to always bat ahead of Dasun Shanaka, because you see, he 9 of 6. His strike rate is really good meanwhile. And him batting at number 8 is a real concern for me, because the Shanaka's form meanwhile is not good. And I know Shanaka should be in this place. I know his captaincy has been marvelous. Sri Lanka's record has been brilliant so far. I think last in the last 10 matches, I think they won 6. Let's go through Sri Lanka's 2020 record. I mean, for the last 10 matches, um, yeah, I think they won 6 out of 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they haven't mentioned it here, but yeah, they won 6 out of their last 10. So I'm telling, I mean, actually, if Shanaka is in this place, at least he can come at number 8 in my in and then bring in Chamika at number 7, and then bring in Dasun Shanaka at number 8. Anyways, the Dasun Shanaka is also he's a bowling all rounder. He can bat as well, but right now he's a bowling all rounder. So for me, I would prefer if Chamika bats at number 7, and then Dasun Shanaka bats at number 8, in my opinion. Yeah. Then going through, so yes, Bhanuka Rajapaksha, fabulous innings, 33 of 26. That was outstanding. Bowlers wise, pick wise for me, Adam Zampa, 2 for 12. He was announced the man of the match, as you can see over the banner. Outstanding bowling, those 2 wickets to get both Asalanka and Avishka out even. And he both attempted to slog sweep. And Adam Zampa, meanwhile, he flighted the ball, and that drift. It was a turning pitch. Meanwhile, Adam Zampa only got the turn, and to turn against both Asalanka and Avishka, and to get both of them out is just outstanding. And both catches were caught by Steve Smith, by the way. So that shows class. And Mitchell Starc was simply brilliant. 2 for 27. That at 144 kilometers per hour, the perfect yorker to get KJP out. Just perfect. I showed it right now in swinger, and Hasaranga as well getting out. So yeah. So for me, 150, I think Sri Lanka should have got a 170 in my opinion. They were 15 runs short in my opinion. 15 to 20 runs short in my opinion. Yeah. Going ahead to the batting lineup of Australia, David Warner. And I want to show this video of David Warner meanwhile, because Warner's great form against Sri Lanka in 2020 matches. Yes, we know that. Warner has been outstanding. Give me a second, guys. I want to show this as well. Warner's record against Sri Lanka been outstanding. Yeah. Yes. Give me a second, guys. 1 second, and I'll show it. Yeah. Yeah. Over here. Yeah. Zero people are viewing right now, but please, guys, please watch it after. Yeah, you can see here Warner's Lankan joy last four 2020 innings against Sri Lanka. 100 not out 2019. Brisbane 60 not out 2019 or 41. Melbourne, the three match 2020 series, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019. 160 57. Dubai 2020 World Cup 65. He's been in brilliant form. 289 runs, only one dismissal from David Warner. People were doubting about his form, but here he comes, and a bad drop from KJP once again. I'm saying that was the turning point of this match, if I'm not mistaken, because that drop from David to David Warner, that was a pity. That was a real pity from KJP. I hope I can find the video for that. But that was a simple catch. That was a simple catch of to get, I mean, from KJP, and really bad wicket keeping from to not dismiss David Warner. I would say that was the turning point of Sri Lanka losing that game, when the Australia were 54 for 0, and Chamira bowling a wide, I mean a wide off stump delivery, and KJP to drop that, I mean, game down over, because this guy, as you can see the record against Sri Lanka, he's been in tremendous form. So yes, moving back to the match. Yeah, once again, um, let's go through the match. Yes. So David Warner, as you can see, 65 of 42, 10 4 0 sixes. He was in flight control, full control. Unfortunately, he got out by Shanaka, only needing 47 to win. Sorry, 25 to win. Unfortunate he got out, but that was a brilliant innings. And Aaron Finch, brilliant. That one over of Lahiru Kumara. I mean, great drive shot from Aaron Finch, and it went to the bound, blazing, gun blazing shot. That was a beauty coming forward. His intent coming forward, forward footwork, and playing that shot, an aggressive approach to the boundary. Absolutely fabulous batting from David Warner and Aaron Finch, both of them. And Steve Smith playing as an anchor role once again, 28 of 26, bringing Australia home. A very convincing win for me. For Australia yesterday, they were just brilliant. There's nothing much to say. Australia just when Sri Lanka post 150 plus target, Australia to come in that flight mode, aggressive approach, when Chamira and Dusmantha Chamira and Lahiru Kumara bowling at 145 plus kilometers per hour. That intent, especially Aaron Finch, that 20 runs over from Lahiru Kumar. I'm saying Lahiru Kumara didn't actually bowl that over. He was very poor. He was very, very poor. I mean, Chamika should have actually bowled his 4 overs, in my opinion. Chamika's first over, meanwhile, 3 deliveries. He was nearly close to get Aaron Finch out. In that last delivery, he bowled in the first over. For me, I would have, if I was Dasun Shanaka right now as the captain, I would have given another over for Chamika in the power play without going to Lahiru Kumara, and later bring Lahiru Kumara once Sri Lanka get a breakthrough. And I think Chanaka also wanted to bring in Teekshana at the start. And I'm saying, please don't bring Mahesh Teekshana in the power play, because he's going to go for runs and he won't pick up wickets. Bring in Manidu Hasaranga in the power play. And as you can see, he picked up 2 wickets, and that could have been the turning point, getting either Warner or Finch out in the power play. That was poor captaincy once again from Dasun Shanaka. I won't blame him, because he's done an outstanding job so far, winning four wins for Sri Lanka in a trot. in this 2020 World Cup. So that was a big mistake that Shanaka did. But yeah, so man of the match obviously was Adam Zampa. Brilliant performance from Australia overall. And going through the statistics, let's go through the statistics as well. So we can see here David Warner, leg side. Most of his runs are off the leg side. Really good intent, and the combination between Finch and Warner, the singles, I mean, outstanding running between both, and good chemistry between both Finch and Warner. Rotating the strike of the spinners, especially Teakshan and Hasaranga, and that kept Australia going. And then when loose balls were bowled by Lahiru Kumar and Dusmante Chamira, they just smashed them. And brilliant intent from David Warner. I'm really happy. I also want to show this video of David Warner, by the way, getting his half century, because after a long time, after a long time, he got a half century. So I'm really happy to see that. Zero people are viewing. Please watch it after I finish the live stream. Yeah, as we can see here, yeah, good from David Warner. Good intent from him, getting that half century. That stands out. Yeah, he deserves it a lot. Yeah, hard work, because he was just left out of SRH, and after a long time, David Warner brilliance. We saw David Warner brilliance once again. That I'm happy to see David Warner getting a 50 once again. So that's great to see Warner getting a 50. Okay, so let's moving back to the match. Let's go through the statistics before we go through today's match as well. So yes, Aaron Finch also on the leg side, I think off the ground cut shot is his most productive shot. Most of his runs were off, also on offside. David Warner, meanwhile, most of his shots also were on leg side. Same with Aaron Finch. Bowling wise, Adam Zampa, full length. See the length. Only he bowled full length, good length. Those are the two areas to bowl. He perfectly bowled them. One of good length of a left hander, and one of full length of a right hander to get both wickets. Hasaranga, meanwhile, two wickets. Unfortunate for this guy, Hasaranga, 2 for 22. I thought Hasaranga should have been brought in the power play, in my opinion. Big mistaking in Teakshan in the power play. He should have instead brought in when the ball was getting old, in the 8th or 9th over, in fact, after the power play, and bring in Hasaranga immediate, because he can make him. He knows the pitches in Dubai, especially playing for RCB, the net practices. He got 2 games. He was expensive in those games. Still, Hasaranga has that experience over Mahis Teakshan to perform. And for me, that was the mistake that Sri Lanka did. And talking about partnerships, that partnership between KJP and Asalanka, very crucial for Sri Lanka to get to 150. That innings, that cameo, the 33, if I'm not mistaken, that cameo was very. Bhanuka Rajapaksa ensured that Sri Lanka got to 150. But Australia, meanwhile, see the 70-run partnership, opening partnership, and the 15-run compared to Sri Lanka and Australia. Australia, obviously, we know they are a better 2020 team when Warner, Smith, Stoinis, Maxwell, they all come back. They're performing. The trick that Sri Lanka missed was not bringing in Hasaranga in the power play for me, and going for 4 or 5 bowlers, and should have gone to Lahiru Kumara after Sri Lanka got a breakthrough. That was the mistake that Shanaka made, and I hope he rectifies it for tomorrow's match against South Africa, because that's crucial. Yeah, so nothing much. Let's go through the table as well before heading to today's match. Yeah, table says, yeah, Australia definitely still at number 2. I think England's net run rate is still high, 3.614 after that victory against West Indies, convincing victory against West Indies. So they are still at number 1. Australia moved to number 2. Obviously, Sri Lanka go to number 4. Hope they win a match against South Africa tomorrow. Yes. So without further ado, so that's it for Australia versus Sri Lanka. let's go to the preview of Bangladesh versus Zimbabwe, which is sorry, Bangladesh versus West Indies. I'm so sorry, guys. Bangladesh versus West Indies, which is going to happen today at 3:30 IST. So let's go ahead for that match. So Bangladesh and West Indies, both teams are out of form. This is going to be interesting match in my opinion. It's going to be played in Sharjah. So last match, I think it was a 170 plus score. If I'm not mistaken, Sri Lanka post 170 plus. So you never can predict this round, especially in Sharjah. And obviously, I think West Indies have the chance to win because Jason Holder is back. Don't forget, Jason Holder is back for West Indies. So that is crucial. So yeah, we got a comment here. Hi Ruchi, please join live. No one's here right now, so please, you have the freedom to talk. We already spoke about Australia versus Sri Lanka. So anyone who wants to come live, please join. Yeah. So players to watch out for me. For West Indies, I would say Jason Holder. If he's given a chance, I would say Jason Holder and Evan Lewis are the players to watch out for. If I'm saying about West Indies, Bangladesh, obviously lone warrior Shakib Al Hassan. For today, I think Fizz could make an impact for me, and Mehdi Hassan. Those are the players to watch out in my opinion. So yeah. Um, Also, yes. Going through this playing squad, obviously my playing 11 for West Indies. Yeah, here as you can see, I would make three changes for West Indies tomorrow. Lendl Stevens last match 16 of 33 without a boundary. He should be playing, and this is a do or die match for both Bangladesh and West Indies. This is a do or die match. I would make three changes. Andre Fletcher will come in instead of Lendl Simmons. Jason Holder will come back. Definitely, Jason Holder's recent form against SRH, if he's brought in back, he should be brought in back to the squad. Roston Chase, he's an all-rounder. He can bat and bowl. For me, I'll bring him at number 8, and I would leave out Hayden Jr. and bring Roston Chase because he can make impact and he can bat as well. So I would make those three changes. Jason Holder will come instead of Hetmeyer because Jason Holder, those 4 overs and especially his bowling has really improved, and his cross seam, his variations will help West Indies to win this match. I would say he's a genuine player for West Indies, and he's definitely the one to watch out for. So those are my changes. Otherwise, I won't change this team. I would make three changes for West Indies because this is a do or die battle. West Indies must win if they want to stay in this tournament. They should beat Bangladesh, and they have to must because they lost to Afghanistan in the warm up. They lost badly against England. And South Africa, meanwhile, they did give a fight, but that wasn't enough at the end. They must win against Bangladesh. Bangladesh, meanwhile, as you can see, Litton Das, I'm not convinced with his form. Meanwhile, I would bring in a Suma Sakar to open with Mohammad Naim. Mohammad Naim, meanwhile, was really good against Sri Lanka. Finally, he came out of form and performed really well. I mean, in the qualifiers also, he did play well in one match. I would have actually preferred if Tamim Iqbal was there in this team. But unfortunately, he had to be left out of the 2020 World Cup squad for Bangladesh. Suma Sakar should be back in this squad for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't change this side. It would be the same. I think Shariful Islam, Musfizur Rahman, I hope he's back in form. I hope he plays bowls well, especially in Sharjah and the conditions there today. Let's go through the pitch conditions in Sharjah as well. Because we haven't been speaking about that much of the pitch conditions. Meanwhile, in Sharjah, ahead of the West Indies versus Bangladesh match, which is a do or die battle because this is a important game for both because one is definitely going to be eliminated if they, if they lose today. Yeah, let's talk about the pitch conditions in Sharjah today. Wait for a second, guys. Yeah. So let's go through the pitch conditions of Sharjah today. The pitch report today from News 18. Thank you so much for this resource from News 18. pitch report says pitch in Sharjah has been strange all seasons. They are definitely saying it's going to be a slow and sluggish pitch. But we saw that game against Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. It was a 170 plus pitch. And in the IPL, meanwhile, I think only RCB scored a 160 plus. All the other scores have been 120, 130 in this pitch. So it has been very, very strange. This pitch, meanwhile, is very difficult to predict, more than Abu Dhabi and Dubai for me. Sharjah pitch always changes, and for me, and meanwhile, I think chasing is the best. Chasing is the best. Meanwhile, for me, but in the day games, this is a day game also. So we saw now Sri Lanka batted first, and they posted 170 and somehow defended the target. Very, very unpredictable pitch. If I'm either Bangladesh or West Indies captain, actually I would prefer if those teams bat first, because this pitch is very, very unpredictable. And obviously dew is not going to come, obviously, because it's a day game, anyone's game. But as you can see, match one batting first 10. This is what I'm saying. 18 matches, 10 batting first, batting second 8. Obviously we saw Sri Lanka getting 170, which is encouraging sign, and it's a day game also. For me, I would definitely bat first. Anyone winning the toss, either Bangladesh or West Indies, I would bat first and at least go for a 165, 170 target. In my opinion, yeah. So moving ahead, as we can see here, definitely it's a good pitch in Sharjah. Hopefully, it's a very unpredictable pitch, by the way, compared to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So yes, so let's go ahead to the second match, and it's a cracking match. Afghanistan versus Pakistan, both teams who know their conditions inside out. This is a terrific match ahead. I'm so excited for this, more than Bangladesh versus West Indies. I really think that Afghanistan can beat Pakistan. I definitely, if I'm saying right now, I'm sensing upset right now. I'm really sensing, my gut is saying Afghanistan will perform well. Because they know the conditions in UAE. They've always played in neutral venues, mostly in the UAE. Same with Pakistan, but Pakistan have recently gone back to their country, and they only play for the PSL in Pakistan. So for me, I would really like, I would say I'm sensing a upset here, and Afghanistan meanwhile are in form, so never count out. But Pakistan, for me, let's talk about Pakistan first, because they're bowling. Haris Rauf, Shine Afridi, Hassan Ali. You can see over here plays to watch. Haris Rauf, last 7 matches, 10 wickets, economy 8.65. Hassan Ali, meanwhile, 7.52. We saw Shah Afridi getting 3 wickets, dismissing Virat Kohli in that last match against India in their first group stage match. Those are the players to watch. Batting wise, Mohammad Rizwan, terrific form, this lad player. I think he can get a score a half century today against Afghanistan. He's a player to watch. Middle order wise, Shoaib Malik back to form, Asif Ali also back. We spoke about that yesterday with Jack from the WW podcast, and Aman as well. So those are the players to watch out for. And this is my playing 11 for Pakistan. It's unchanged. I wouldn't change this team. It's a very, very settled side. I wouldn't make any changes. Same order. They have been absolutely brilliant. Matthew Hayden as the batting consultant for Pakistan, Vernon Philander, bowling consultant, coach of Pakistan, Saqlain Mushtaq, and Abdul Razak. Yeah, those are the two coaches. Also, I'm not satisfied with the drama that's happening within Pakistan media. I'm going out of topic for a minute, but I want to address this. Dr. Nauman Niaz going actually being sacked by the PTV Sports as the host, and Shoaib Akhtar leaving out. I mean, him actually, sorry, leading the live session of the PTV Sports of the Pakistan versus New Zealand match. That was, yes, Dr. Nauman Niaz did make a mistake. I would accept he did insult Shoaib Akhtar, but it should have been a better situation between both Dr. Nauman Niaz. It could have been not shown in the public. in my opinion. Especially that could have been a bit better from both Shoaib Akhtar and Dr. Nauman Niaz, and also Waka Yunis insulting, I mean, referring religion and then saying unnecessary stuff, unnecessary statements on Twitter. That's not necessary. And also the fight between Mohammad Amir and Harbhajan Singh, India versus Pakistan rivalry. Why would Mohammad Amir go and fight against Harbhajan Singh when he has a really bad record? He has a really bad record. I mean, his behavior. Meanwhile, after all this match fixing, I don't want to remind these incidents because it's 11 years ago. But why you deserve the punish? I mean, the behavior. Those comments from Harbhajan Singh, because obviously you had a bad reputation in the past, and bringing back again by insulting an Indian player, it is very very unnecessary in my opinion. So yeah, moving back, that was how off topic, guys. But I hope the Pakistan media don't cause more drama, in my opinion, because this team is doing so well. This team is doing so well. They can potentially win the 2020 World Cup, and this unnecessary drama also brings the makes these Pakistan players also their mentality also goes down if this drama is going on. So I actually prefer if this drama doesn't affect the team right now, and I hope they're not on social media whatsoever, because I know this Pakistan team will definitely have a chance to win this 2020 World Cup. So yeah, so no, I won't make any changes for this Pakistan team. Very settled. Haris Rauf 4 for 22. We spoke about that yesterday. Brilliant bowling. He's the player to watch out when everyone criticized. Haris Rauf has performed well. So yeah. Meanwhile, let's go to the Afghanistan finally. Afghanistan playing 11 for Afghanistan. Meanwhile, in I think it's played in Dubai today. Perfect crowd is going to attend today for this match. Perfect. I would only make one change for Afghanistan. For me, Hamid Hassan will come instead of Karim, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Karim. I would make that change because Hamid Hassan is a very experienced bowler, and he's 34 years. He's played in so many 2020 matches, 20 plus 2020 matches. So I'll make only a lone change, but the rest, Rashid Khan, 4 wickets. Mujibur Rahman, 5 for 20. Rashid Khan, 4 for 5, if I'm not mistaken, against Scotland. Outstanding. This team is in good form and they potentially can beat Pakistan. I'm saying it right now. If Zazai, Shazad, brilliant opening partnership, if they can get a good partnership, and then the others chip in the middle, especially Najmullah Zadan, Muhammad Nabi, if they can chip in the middle, this team can go very far. And don't count out if don't be surprised if Afghanistan make it to the semi-finals, because this team is very very settled, and Mohammad Nabi's hard work sponsoring this team to bring this side to the World Cup. We have to appreciate their efforts. And yes, I wouldn't be surprised if Afghanistan make it to the semi-finals. If they don't, unfortunate, bad luck. But this team has a potential, and they definitely can beat Pakistan. I'm saying that there could be upset today. I'm sensing an upset, and Afghanistan can do it today. So yes, also talking about the Dubai conditions also, before we wrap these things up. Yeah, so pitch conditions in Dubai, I think yesterday, I think Sri Lanka versus Australia was in Dubai. We saw the pitch, obviously, definitely favoring fast bowlers, but spinners also, if they can flight that delivery as Adam Zampa, this game could be very interesting. And especially Rashid Khan and Mujibur Rahman's form is definitely impressing me, and especially due factor will come along, obviously. So um, I would, if I was the Pakistan or Afghanistan captain, if I won the toss, I would definitely field first, because and especially the crowd also today will be backing both teams, and it will be a full crowd, a full house today, because most of the Pakistanis and Afghanistanis are in cricket fans. Afghanistani people are in Dubai. So yes, so this will be very, very, very hot contest today. And yes, let's go through the pitch report. Yeah. So here you can see both teams would like to bowl first upon winning the toss. Average first inning score 143. Second score 122, and they're saying will get extra bounce and movement. We saw that Mitchell Starc perfect deliveries to get Pereira out yesterday. If they bowl at the right lengths, like Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc, especially the Pakistan bowlers, for me, Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shah Afridi are in tremendous form, and they definitely can get those get the early wickets. Pakistan are in this game. Afghanistan, meanwhile, their strength is the spin attack. Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, Mohammad Nabi was expensive in the last game, but those three spinners, Afghanistan, their strong strength, their strength is the spin attack, not the fast bowling. So for me, Naveen Al Haq and Hamid Hassan. Hamid Hassan has great experience. I hope he plays today instead of Karim and Zardan as well. Najibullah Zardan, those three, if they can bowl at the right lengths, they can definitely trouble Pakistan. And they're saying the temperature is hot and humid, and there is no possibility of rain today, so we are expecting a crack of a match today. So my predictions, Bangladesh versus West Indies, I think West Indies is going to win today. And my man of the match, I think he's going to be Jason Holder. Since he's back in the side, I think Jason Holder will make a huge impact. Pakistan versus Afghanistan, I am going for upset. Don't, as a Sri Lankan fan, I'm backing Afghanistan today. I know this Afghan side is a brilliant side, a brilliant team. Their balance is incredible, and I think this team can topple Pakistan. And for me, I think man of the match is going to be Hazazullah Zazai. I think Pakistan bowlers uh, will trouble Zazai at the start, but Zazai won't get out. In my opinion, he's going to score a half century, and I think he's going to win the game for Afghanistan. So I really sense upset from Afghanistan. Also, we'll show the table, I think, at last, if I'm not Group B standings, because I think one Group A match and one Group B match today. So let's go through the Group 2 stage. Here you can see Pakistan 0.738, 4 points, but see this net run rate from Afghanistan 6.5 plus. If they beat Pakistan, they'll definitely be first and will be in cruise control. So this is a big opportunity for Afghanistan to win. And by the way, India cannot lose to New Zealand. I'm saying this top two, Afghanistan beating Pakistan will cause a whole tumble in this table. It will make it very, very interesting. That's why I would like to see that happening from Group 2. Yeah. So guys, we'll end it over here. Please do subscribe to the Sports Breakdown. We'll be bringing more content. Most likely I might do a post-match analysis tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, but I covered obviously the post-match analysis of Sri Lanka versus Australia. Brilliant win from Australia, and terrific batting from David Warner, and absolutely world-class bowling from Adam Zampa in the middle. That was outstanding. And also obviously Mitchell Starc contributing as well with those perfect cross swing yorkers, in swingers were brilliant. Also we did I'm doing a summary right now. We did the preview of West Indies versus Bangladesh as well. I did do a playing 11. I showed the playing 11 of both Bangladesh and West Indies. And finally we did a preview of Pakistan versus report and the weather forecast in both matches, in both Dubai and Sharjah, which matches are going to happen today. So till then, see you from the Sports Breakdown. We'll meet up tomorrow, hopefully, or tonight or tomorrow afternoon at the same time, hopefully, for more updates. So till then, see you, and please subscribe to the channel. Please click the notification bell on, and please keep updated. Please comment, please like, and please share this video. So until then, see you from the Sports Breakdown. This is Pawan from the Sports Breakdown. And also, by the way, I want to give um, uh, a surprise, by the way. So Monday night we are bringing a special guest from UK, from England, for the post match analysis of England versus Sri Lanka. I won't say who's going to come, but it's going to be a big surprise. He is he does podcast. He is famous on Instagram. Several cricketers do follow him. So we'll be bringing a special guest on Monday night. So please do tune out for that. Until then, goodbye and see you.